Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to just give you a little bit of encouragement for going into the holidays and keeping the weight off that you might have lost already. I recently lost 20 pounds on Weight Watchers and I used the app. I followed the freestyle method, lots of 0 point things. And I have a video on that from before, about a month ago, and I can link that for you to check out if you want to hear my story. But I thought, oh my goodness, here we go into the holidays, and this can be just a completely, well, it can be difficult, but you can completely derail your progress. And I'm thinking, I am not going to do that. So instead of having to make a New Year's resolution about, oh, I'm going to lose all the weight that I gained over the holiday, I thought, nope, I'm going to just stay strong and steady from day one, and it's Thanksgiving this week. So I thought, this is what I'm going to do. So I thought I'm going to give you my tips and plan and thoughts, and then I thought if you guys have anything that's helpful for you, leave them in the comments, because I thought it was a really nice conversation from my last video. Everyone was so supportive. You guys were so kind to me. You shared some of your successes, some of your struggles. And I just think that, we can always encourage one another, because weight loss, I'm always struggling with the idea of, oh, are we doing it just for vanity and for looking a particular way that society expects us to look, and, because we want to look cute in those jeans or those little Pinterest outfits, or, and yes, I will admit there is some of that, because I sure do feel sassy. I felt sassy in that dress I wore, and oh my gosh, and the other day I wore some Spanx pants. Yes, Spanx makes pants. You can get them lots of places, and I got these leggings, and they were basically like wearing scuba pants. And so in some ways they were uncomfortable, and in some ways they were kind of magnificent, because they just gave me, I felt super in them. I just was like strutting around, and yeah. So, but I don't think I'll wear them to Thanksgiving, because I felt like they were kind of cutting me. I just felt like my spleen was up under my clavicle, and I'm like, okay, but they were good. This is the first thing that I am committed to, that I think is what really was my downfall last year. And I think I put on weight and didn't even know, and I think, I was just kind of like trying to ignore it and whatever. It is the flavored holiday beverages from Starbucks and anywhere else that you get the peppermint mochas, the pumpkin spice lattes, the gingerbread lattes, any of those that have the syrups and the whipped cream and the sprinkles and the little caramel crunchy thingies in them. Those really, really add up. And I'm not here to tell you not to have them or that they're gross, because, oh my gosh, there's so much carcinogenic stuff in this syrup. Okay, maybe there is, but, so I'm just here to tell you my plan on keeping it from becoming excessive. So last year I probably had a peppermint mocha or a, oh gosh, what is that one butterscotch one? A creme brulee latte at Starbucks. Yeah, I probably had at least 4 a week. And, if you are on Weight Watchers and you're on the app, if you track those can be like 12 to 16 points. And if you only have 23 points a day, I hope you're just eating apples and mushrooms later, because that's all you got room for. So what I am doing is, my plan is to have like 1 or 2 a week, and just, treat myself and go for it and not even think. And I always get almond milk, because 1, almond milk, I am dairy free because my stomach, it can't have dairy. And then 2, I think it's less points. So there's that. And then in the meantime, at home, I make a pot of coffee, or you can use your Keurig or your espresso machine at home, or whatever you do, French press. And I buy the Silk, the non-dairy creamer, it's the almond milk one actually, and I get the vanilla flavor. That's my favorite, even though they do make a pumpkin spice, which I love. I love the vanilla one because what I do is I add my own spices to it, and then I froth it with a little hand frother. I heat it up and I froth it, and I make kind of my own little concoctions with like cinnamon, nutmeg, you know, allspice, that kind of thing, a little bit of ginger, sometimes even a little cocoa powder. And that is what is carrying me through. It's like I am addicted to my creamers. So creamers, and there may be 2 points, 4 points, depends on how much you add, but the good news is that you can keep it real low. And there's other brands, the Califia brand actually has less points. I don't like the flavor as much. It's not as creamy, but there's methods. So find those, and you know, and also Ready Whip. If you just have like a little quick serving of Ready Whip, like just that, that's not even, that's like, don't even count it. That's just negligible. Yeah. Okay, so I had mentioned before the Swerve sugar, and I will link that below because I didn't before and I apologize, but the Swerve sugar has been my favorite sugar beyond any of the other sweeteners, stevia, monk fruit, all of them. I know you guys named them, trust me, I've tried them all, and I have a certain, I can taste so many things, and so Swerve for me is the best in terms of sugar replacement. And so I use that. I still stick with my Campbell soup, the Well Yes. The Minestrone is my favorite. Then there is the Amy's Chunky Vegetable. That's my favorite. Those are my go-to lunches. Then the Good Thins in the corn are awesome because you can munch on those and only be like 4 points. I also make my own air popped popcorn, and I keep it plain, but I shove it in my face. Yeah, I do. I keep things in my car like popcorn. God, this is gonna sound really stupid. I keep boiled eggs in my purse. That's kind of gross, isn't it? They kind of stink sometimes in the car. I'll keep them in the car. Not like every day. Not like, oh, what's that in the car, Mom? Well, that's this week's, you know, supply of boiled eggs. No, I just take one with me in the morning and I keep it in my purse, and, you know, and then when I need one, I just, you know, like peel it, eat it, done. And I'm still going with my seltzer water. Another nice alternative to kind of sugary beverages, and if you're kind of at caffeine overload, is peppermint tea. Peppermint tea at this time of year is so good. You can make some recipes using either peppermint tea or chamomile tea. You can add milk, add spices, make your own kind of, you know, different kind of tea latte. You can use matcha powder, and I mean, there's a lot of options. Pinterest is kind of a godsend for anyone who is trying to cut out the sort of excessive things. I know a lot of you are on keto. I don't have keto recommendations, but because I'm not doing it, but yeah, I also use Nancy's soy plain yogurt in a lot of things because it adds body without the calories. Okay, so then another thing is like candy and sweets and stuff like that. Now, there's a lot of recipes for like 1 point this or 2 point cupcakes or, you know, stuff like that. And I've tried some, and some are good and some are not good. So those are fun to find. But the other thing is that is not bad are the Weight Watchers candy bars. They're like 2 points and 3 points. My favorite are the English toffee ones, and they taste pretty good. Also, there is the little bit of that caramel. I don't know if you still can get it, but it's around for Halloween, and there's a tub of the caramel for the caramel apples. And I cut up an apple and I take a teeny tiny bit of that caramel, and it's really yummy. I also get a little bit of peanut butter, you know, and I get the kind that is palm oil free and sugar free at Trader Joe's. It's basically just blended peanuts. Also, this is the time to enjoy. You should have fun. Also, alcohol can really derail your progress. So just know that use it like budget your calories and your points and everything else like you would your money. You know, this is the time of year where we can spend too much. It's also the time of year where we can eat too much. So try to really stop and think and be mindful of what you're doing. So that's what I've been doing with my spending, is I'm kind of stopping and thinking. I add stuff to the cart and then I go, do I really need this? Is there going to be a sale later? Is there going to be something else I'll want more? Is there going to be something I should buy with this money that is going to be serving me for the long term, or like a trip, or, you know, stuff like that. So I've been really reconsidering my purchases. So I've been doing that lately with food. So sometimes I'll just be like, I really want a piece of coffee cake at Starbucks with my latte. And then I'm like, hang on there, Rebecca. That's just gonna that's just gonna be a lot. So how are you gonna handle this? You know, what are you planning for lunch? What are you planning for dinner? Are there things that are just gonna kind of add up for the day, or, you know, can you afford it? And so that's what I do. When I know I'm just kind of in my routine and I've got my usuals lined up and my dinner is going to be at home and I can really control it, then I might splurge in the morning if I'm running around running errands and get a baked good or do something like that. But if I know I'm going to a party that night, if I know I'm meeting girlfriends or doing something else, that I may not have control over what I'm eating. So in other words, I show up somewhere and all that there is to eat is pizza. Well, I'll eat the pizza, but I'll know it's fine because I didn't have much already today that is going to sabotage my progress. So look at it like that. And then if you have a day where you just really kind of enjoyed yourself, great. The next day, you know, ease up a little bit. That's all. And if you're working out, great, because my gosh, you can always intensify your workouts, right? I'm not working out. I mean, I'm exercising, I'm moving, I'm doing walks, I'm doing stretches, yoga, Pilates, whatever at home. I'm not doing the gym. I'm not doing, like, I don't have a routine of hard, intense workouts that I'm doing. But, you know, it does help. Like, if you think you overdid it, go for a 20-minute walk. So, and it's tough. It's really tough because as we get busier, as we get kind of maybe even a little bit in the depression of the holidays, we kind of find our comfort in food. We find our comfort in that glass of wine. And, you know, maybe that glass of wine, have it, and then maybe just cut it with some spritzer or seltzer. You make a spritzer. Or, you know, maybe you want wine, you want cake, you want it all. Have the wine and then maybe have a cup of peppermint tea after or something like that. And if you want to punch me in the face and say, Rebecca, I'm going to do whatever I damn well please this season, I get that too. And this was something I avoided. Okay, so this I think is kind of important, and I'm not sure, this doesn't come from like a professional dietary nutritionist position. This comes from my personal experience. Okay, so when I was talking about your dietary intake, kind of like your budget and money for the holidays, think about it this way. If you are one to obsess over the scale, don't. So just weigh yourself like once or twice a week. But I think it's a good idea to weigh yourself. I think keeping your accountability in check is important. And I've been doing that. I'm like, okay, I've already hit my goal. I'm fine. And then I thought, ooh, well, what if I slip? So one day, I still weigh myself every week, and there was kind of a day, not my regular weigh day. And I was feeling kind of like, wow, I think I've put on a few pounds. I should really check and see, because maybe I need to really assess what's going on here. I hadn't gained any weight at all. Like, I stepped on the scale and I was like, oh, I'm exactly where I was at 20 pounds lost, you know? And so I thought, that's pretty good. You know, I feel good about myself. And then I had a cinnamon roll. But one thing, so I used to avoid this scale. There's something else I do. I kind of avoid my bank account. Like, I should log in every day. You should log into your online banking, look at your checking account or your app on your phone and check things out. You want to check for fraud. You want to keep track of things. And some days and weeks, I kind of don't want to look, you know, I'm like, I don't want to look at the money, but it really pays. You've got to do it. You've got to pay attention of what goes out and what comes in, and it's the same with what you're eating. So keep yourself accountable, step on that scale once a week, see how it's going, check your bank balance a few times a week, you know, that kind of thing. So these are just my methods. This is what I'm doing. And I hope that we can keep this conversation going, and I hope it's okay that I jumped on here on my channel to talk again about weight loss, because I know that's kind of not the thing, and I know some people don't like these kinds of videos, but just hang in there, and I'm bringing makeup for the rest of the week. But yeah, and if you have any yummy, like, oh my god, if you have like a cookie or a cupcake or something that's like 2 points, and let me know. Let me know. I will link my Pinterest below. I will link my Weight Watchers referral code. I will link my Ebates referral code, because why not? Yeah, so there you go. Plus, I've already got a really cute, I think I'm going to wear my green dress for the holidays, but I do have, I actually have something else kind of cute in mind that I'm excited to wear. So, and I had a jacket from like 10 years ago that wasn't fitting, almost gave it away. I'm so glad I kept it because it fit me the other day and I love it. And I'm so glad it fits me. Sometimes those are the like, those are just happy. Anyway, alrighty guys, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. I hope you have. If you haven't, please do so. And click that thumbs button, click that thumbs up button, and I will see you next time. Bye.